welcome back to Babies Are On. Today we're talking about things that matter to moms in our mom segment of the day. And ladies, I am here with Cynthia, Janine, and Noemi. Hi.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Okay, getting right into it. Breastfeeding.
I did it. My baby's never had a bottle. It was just breast to cup.
Breast to cup.
How long?
That's like farm to table. Love that.
Breast to cup.
That's like the new logo on sustainable.
It is. You should start a restaurant that says breast to cup.
Isn't that great? Great. It's the
Seriously.
best thing.
So how long did you breastfeed?
Okay. Well, I mean, you breastfeed into a point where they start to get solids, but you're still breastfeeding. So
Right.
I breastfed really until they were like totally
15.
weaned was like 18 months.
Cynthia, what do you think about breastfeeding?
Personally, I think there's a lot of benefits to doing breastfeeding. However, for me, I didn't do it. One of the main reasons why I chose not to was not because I didn't think it was a good thing. It was just more because I was used to picking up and going all the time. And for me to even decide just to have a baby and be ready for it, that was a hard move for me. And then let alone, I was thinking if I'm going to be breastfeeding, all of this time commitment that I have to do to make sure that their bottles are prepped, I thought it might have led me into a depression if I would have done it.
So were you working at the time or stay at home? Or?
I have always been working, so that was part of the reason. I have a busy schedule.
It's harder when you're working.
Exactly.
I was
Really
a stay-at-home
hard.
mom,
Yeah.
so it was easier for me.
Can you do a
You
combination?
can do it. I did
You
a combo. I breastfed for 14 months, but when I went back to teaching, which was a little bit easier than doing TV, I was pumping at public bathrooms. It was, excuse me, please, I know you ain't trying to look, but I'm just trying to pump in, and you can't do anything about it. You just.
But you know what? If I would have been more informed, being that it was my first time being a mom when I made that decision, I think that there could have been ways that I could have actually scheduled and made arrangements where I could have taken the time to pump so that it would have fit in my schedule. But I didn't know about it until later. So
Really? So, because isn't it out there a lot now that it's so much better for the health of the child?
oh, it's all over the place. I mean, in fact, today I was just reading up on it, and I mean, there's so many benefits. And then maybe that at that time, if I would have known those things, maybe I would have had a different approach and maybe made more of an effort to do it. Because kids are the most important thing.
But I think people are always quick to judge. And I think that, I mean, from the benefits of doing it, it was the most incredible thing I did with my son. But from listening to your perspective on it, it's very, very interesting. Because, at some point, you do want to do what's right for you. Especially, maybe you don't know these things out here, but, people they got to judge their own situation.
Yeah, but it is true that if the information is out there, at least we went through the 50s, all this time where there was no idea that actually the natural breast milk was so just superior in so many ways that at least it should be, widespread knowledge.
Yeah.
Well, it is. I mean, it's just sad to me that they didn't give you more information,
And
because
they
I know when I
didn't.
went through it, it was like the lactation nurses were there at the hospital.
Right after you had the baby.
Right
they were
there, helping me do it and teaching me,
I mean, it's really awkward. It's someone you don't know, and they're trying to fit the boob in the baby's mouth, and you're like, "Whoa, you're doing a little much."
Yeah,
But
that
it's
was the
helpful.
thing. I think it might even depend upon the hospital that you go to.
And that hurts.
I can't say.
Yeah, we probably
Rip it right onto it.
But they just kind of just not forced me, but instead of like educating me about the benefits, it was more of like, here's your lactation nurse, she's gonna come in, and they were just boom, here, we're gonna try to teach you how to do it. And more, instead of like focusing on the benefits of it, your kid has less chance of getting, or less times that they would be sick.
Yeah.
And it's also great for the mother. It actually helps the
fabulous.
mother get back to their pre-pregnancy state much
I
quicker.
was
I was
Yeah.
smaller after than what I was before I had the
Shrinks
baby.
the tummy.
Shrinks the tummy. Like a month later, you're like back to what you should be.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about implants?
I think if you're going to do it after you are totally done
I agree.
nursing.
I agree.
Because if you are going to be having more kids and the breasts are going to be changing and all that, with
Would
implants,
you guys get implants?
I thought about it once.
So have I. So have I.
When I was
actually-
competing, I had lost a lot of body fat.
Oh
for the
yeah, and you're up there
competition.
like, oh.
And everybody around me was doing it. It was, the only way to really add your femininity back when you had all this muscle. And everything. But I didn't do it, and I'm glad I didn't at that time. Yeah, I'm glad because they came back. You can grow them back.
On that one, we're gonna go to commercial. There will be more information on the website if you'd like more information on this subject matter. You can go to daisiesraw.com. We'll see you guys. Wow!